to do this one, like, in April. But like, literally everything has been happening in the past 2-3 months. Because like, I really wanted to talk about this thing right after the finale, but like, now it's a bit too late because the finale has been out for like 2-3 months. Something like that. Today, I'm gonna be doing a cosplay of my girl, Yang Xiaolong from RWBY, the Rooster Teeth anime series. I have no idea if you can see her, but she's right there. This is the picture I've always had hanging up because I stan her so much. This is mainly gonna be me getting to makeup and then, you know, doing things as Yang in my garden. Also probably gonna be doing a little bit of talking about some of the stuff to do with RWBY, like my thoughts on the series and how RWBY has inspired my writing. Yeah, also, I'm gonna be freezing my ass off with this cosplay because there's not a lot of sleeves and it's winter here. Okay, so I guess a good place to start would be how I got into RWBY. One of my exes, actually, he got me into it after I saw a particular video of a fight that he showed me. I think he showed me Crow versus Tyrion. And then from there, he kind of guided me through the series up until the release of Volume 5, which I ended up watching more or less on my own. I don't associate RWBY with my ex. Yeah, it's just kind of like he got me into the series and I like it a lot now. We ended up having some very conflicting opinions on it though, like especially when it came to Volume 6. I don't know why Volume 6 was so controversial. Like, people either loved Volume 6 or they hated Volume 6. I thought they did Volume 6 really well. Like, Volume 6 and onwards has been really, really good. I mean, Volume 8 though, that's the one that we need to talk about because that one has basically broken everybody. I don't know anybody who's not traumatized after seeing Volume 8. Oh yeah, which there will be spoilers in this video. What a lovely way to say that with a blob of foundation on my face. But yeah, Volume 8. Wow, a lot of shit hit the fan. I mean, I thought Volume 3 had some really terrible stuff happening, but then Volume 8 came along and wow. Just wow. Yeah, it was well written, like minus a couple of things. From what I remember, there's like a lot of characters, and I think a few storylines are like started, but then they were never stopped. Oh, it's been a while since I last saw it, but did we ever learn what happened to Pierre and Maria after the whole Amity Coliseum thing? I don't remember seeing anything about them after that. I guess that'd be my big complaint, is that like a lot of the cast, they have like too many characters to focus on now. The little squad just keeps growing and growing. Like, got Team RWBY, we got Team Juniper, we got Emerald, we got Oscar, we got Crow and Robin and the Aesops. And then the villains, which have been significantly reduced in the course of the series. I think the only villains left alive are now Salem, Cinder, Neo, and Tyrion? Unless they're gonna introduce a new villain. Oh yeah, Mercury. Mercury's alive as well. And he's off in Vacuo, doing Vacuo things. Vacuo's gonna be interesting. I mean, as long as they don't do any like weird oriental washing to it. Okay, but the series as a whole. If it's not obvious, Yang's my favorite character. Why? I like how she rages. And like, behind her rage, like her PTSD and stuff. I'm pretty drawn to like good representations of like different mental health things. So I guess that'd be one reason that I like her, but then also like, I don't know, she's just spunky. I really like her power. It's like she's a monk barbarian. I mean, I say that, but like I got into D&D after I got into RWBY. I understand that she's not the best written out there, but she is my favorite character. Characters don't exactly have to be the best written out there for me to like really, really like them. Nice, but it's not a necessity. In terms of like the best written characters, Weiss is pretty well written, but she's got pretty cliched things about her. I do want to do a cosplay of her as well, but there's nothing particularly stand out about her. She's just, I'm gonna be honest, she's just another rich girl, like, being helpful to those of less power. Like, how she's been standing up for Blake and, for his rights a little bit, especially in, what's-its-face, Atlas, and Ironwood. Ironwood has been really well written in volumes 7 and 8. His descent into madness is a shock, but it's a shock that makes sense and is actually kind of scary. Like, people like that could actually exist in real life, and that's terrifying. Like, it's one of my favorite villain types, like a villain who thinks they're doing the greater good, but their greater good is actually pretty fucked up. Because you, like, end up pitying them for going down such a dark path. Like, especially when they start off as a good guy like Ironwood was. Red and Nora, they're, like, pretty up there for me as well. I mean, I don't know anybody who does not hate Red and Nora. Like, their relationship is just too cute. And, like, Bumblebee's cute as well. Like, I would ship it, but, like, it's hard to tell if they're actually going in that direction or not. They're being kinda tame with how Bumblebee is being formed, because it's like you see them getting lovey-dovey or like at least getting really close, but there hasn't been any like straight up implications like, oh, these guys are gonna become a relationship, except for like one thing from Nora. And it'd be nice if like a little bit more could be focused on their relationship after volume 6, because volume 6 it was really, really pivotal with them. I like the redemption arc that they're going on with Emerald. It definitely has been making a lot of sense, considering she's getting like terrified of everything and realizing what she's coming to. I say as I slap my face with concealer. Literally slap my face. Oh yeah, and Cinder's backstory came out in volume 8 as well. It was interesting, but like a little bit cliche. I mean, I guess because I understand that it came from the Cinderella viewpoint, but like, you'd think with the way that Cinder was reacting, her backstory wouldn't be tragic? I mean, it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't. You could see how some things are making sense, but there's like something about how people who suffered traumatic experiences are less likely to act mean, and like villains, they don't exactly line up with that. I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just being critical. Like, I think that's a complaint that, like, a lot of people get when it comes to TV shows. It's like, oh, you love it, why are you being so critical about it? Being critical is not being mean, it's identifying strengths and weaknesses. I've actually got a video coming up about that on how to handle criticism, which I think is really, really important to discuss. Because I know that there's some people who, like, don't want to hear criticism. I know there's some people who take criticism the absolutely wrong way, and you just need to find a good balance to know when to listen to feedback people are giving you and when to not. But that's another story for another week. Okay, but RWBY is iconic for their fight scenes. Like, I really love how they do their fight scenes, and it has inspired a lot of my own fight scenes that I have written. Oops. The main things being when they have a lot of their fight scenes paired up to music. That is something that I also do. There are different fighting and weapon styles. I've adapted that as well. Each of my characters in my novel has a different way of fighting. No two fight identical because they've got their different powers and then they've got their different weapons as well. For me, one thing that's really like brings a fight together and makes it feel real is when they incorporate the environment into the actual fight. And I think that's something RWBY does quite frequently. Like, one that instantly comes to my head is the fight between Neo and Cinder in the bar, and how Cinder starts kicking plates at Neo, or Neo starts kicking plates at Cinder. Or like when people jump up on tables and stuff to fight. I enjoy people who end up using the environments to help with stuff that goes on in their fights. Like, either them as an obstacle or like things to hide behind. Basically decimating or like really wearing out the environment. And you know what? If Aster's Kodo was to be made into an anime, I'd happily get Rooster Teeth to do it, because I trust the RWBY team. I know some people may not, but like, I think it'd be cool. I totally forgot to turn off my lights for this. I hope you guys aren't seeing me in like plain darkness. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better now. You can actually see some more color on my face, and I can see what I'm doing better as well. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, also, big fan of the soundtrack. I used to like really resent rock music because my dad listened to it, like, and I like enjoyed it when I was a kid, but then I slowly got over it again. And then RWBY got me back into it. I'm listening to a ton of different rock music ever since I listened to RWBY. Or metal, or whatever you might call it. I don't care, it's good music. I like sing Armed and Ready on a regular basis, which is very appropriate considering I am cosplaying Yang Xiaolong, who Armed and Ready is about. Yang is a star. Oh god, what am I saying? Yeah, like, I think some like soundtracks definitely have their highs and their lows. Still waiting for the Volume 8 one to come out to like probably decide how they rank, but I don't remember a lot of Volume 8's ones. I guess mainly because there was like way too much drama in there. Volume 1 has definitely got the best soundtrack by far. You're not gonna beat Volume 1 soundtrack. And then after that, I think I really like Volume 4, the Volume 4 songs. Cause like it has some really good ones, like This Life Is Mine and Armed and Ready. And I think it'd be Volume 2, that one's got some good ones. 6, 3, 5. 7 is relatively forgetful, personally, but that's just how I'm ranking them right now. Slightly controversial opinion, I think RWBY would make a decent musical. Like, it might not seem that way, but like the music's already written and you can just like get the best songs and condense them down into a musical with like some short-term goals. Like, you could just do the Roman Torchwick stuff and that'd be good. Or you could do like a different ending from The Fall of Beacon. Regardless, there's some good stuff in there. It could make some really good musical content, and you can like have the fight styles instead be like real dancey. We are almost done here. I've just got to do lips and setting spray. And then I'll be able to put on the rest of the costume and freeze myself outside. I've been wanting to use this lip color for a cosplay in ages, because, I don't know, it just seems very like anime girl. And Yang is an anime girl, so it's suitable. Yeah, I haven't really looked at what other people have done, but like, if they've done red, I'm like, that doesn't seem Yang. He's a bit more playful. Let's set this in spray and get the rest of the costume on. I've already got parts of it on just here because it's like a crop top and nobody's gonna be wearing this in the middle of winter alone. Get that glitter, baby. Oh, I'm really shiny now. Okay, I will just... All right. See you on the other side.